Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of
Virginia.
Artificial Intelligence. It's the talk of the town, mate. We're seeing softwares and we're seeing discussions of certain robots here and there, but there's one artificial intelligence in particular. It's open source and it can be accessed by everyone. It's called ChatGPT. I'm seeing it being chatted about and talked about in the news because some teachers are worried that kids are just going to use it for their essays, and it's really thrown a cog in the whole machine, mate. So I want to see how effective it is, and I'm going to ask it as a Muslim. I'm going to ask it questions pertaining Muslims, mate, yeah? And of course, possibly like politics here and there. So I've got a few questions prepared, and let's see. I'm really excited about this. I've never used it in my life, yeah? This video might even be a flop, who knows, yeah? If you're seeing it, it means that the video was not indeed a flop, and I thought it was good enough to post. Okay, as you guys can see, those are my questions, yeah? So, the first one, let's put it in. Prove to me that Islam is correct. Yeah? Let's see if this artificial intelligence can do this for us. Bismillah. As an AI, I am not qualified to provide a definitive answer on the truth or correctness of any particular religion or belief system. Okay, so that's not very intelligent, frankly, because if you are rational and you're using your brain, you are going to be able to formulate an opinion. This shows that it's being curtailed here, yeah? So it is ultimately up to individuals to decide what they believe based on their own experiences, personal convictions, and evaluations of the available evidence, blah, blah, blah. Just talking, but really not saying anything. In other words, saying, sorry, I'm not allowed to answer that, mate. There are many different arguments and perspectives that can be used to support or challenge the validity of Islam or any other religion. It is important to approach these with an open mind, clearly like you're doing, mate, yeah? Irony, and to carefully consider a range of viewpoints in order to arrive at a blah 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 blah. Yeah, waffle, mate. What a rubbish answer. So here's my next one. Yeah, prove Allah is real in simple terms. I hope he's not going to give me another politically correct answer. It is not possible to definitively prove the existence of Allah or any deity through empirical evidence or scientific methods. Okay, now this is interesting, but why is that the criteria? Why is the criteria using empiricism? It's fallen in the trap of, if I can't see it, if I can't hear it, if I can't taste it, if I can't touch it, if I can't smell it, therefore it does not exist, mate. Nonsense. Belief in a higher power or divine being is a matter of faith and personal belief. Nonsense, mate, yeah? There are other ways and other evidences that you can bring to the table. Ontology, philosophy, rationality, reason, mathematics. I'm actually quite disappointed, frankly, because it's supposed to be a higher form of intelligence. It's actually gone down. It's actually a regressive form of intelligence. It's up to the individual, blah, 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 up to the interpretation. Different people may have different ways of understanding and experiencing. Okay, there are different arguments, perspectives. Didn't really answer the questions, frankly. Here's the next one. Prove the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, existed. This is very easy. In fact, it's in a book called Forbidden Prophecies. He breaks it down, Abu Zakaria, really well. Non-Muslim guys, give me some non-Muslim guys. There have been many non-Muslim historians who have studied and written about the Prophet. Number one, Theophanes. Okay. Theophanes the Confessor. Theophanes was a Byzantine monk and historian who wrote a chronicle of world history from the Okay, I'm impressed now. I'm impressed. From the creation of the world up to the 9th century. His work included a detailed account of the rise of Islam and the rise of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, Theophanes the Confessor. Michael the Syrian. Michael was a Syrian Orthodox patriarch who wrote a chronicle of world history from the creation of the world up to the 12th century. His work includes a detailed account of the early history of Islam and the life of the Prophet. Okay, William of Tyre. 1186. William was a medieval historian archbishop who wrote a history of the Latin East, including a detailed account of the early Muslim conquest and life of the Prophet. Edward Gibbon was an 18th century English historian who wrote a monumental history of the Roman Empire called The Decline. Okay, perfect. And he included, of course, Islam and the life of the Prophet. Okay, good. This is the first one that the AI has done well. Which religion is the most correct? I'm not even going to ask that because it's going to flop that. If God is real, why is there evil? Okay. Let's see what happens here. Come on, mate. He's thinking. Oh, you can see this. Look at the dots there. He's like, this is an interesting one. There are a lot of answers here. It'll be interesting to see what perspective the AI takes. It's still going. You see with the early ones, it was very quick. Nothing. It's given nothing. Let's do it again. Regenerate response. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. The existence of evil and suffering in the world is a complex and deeply philosophical question and has puzzled theologians and philosophers for centuries. There are many different ways to understand. Okay, give me one. One way to approach is to consider that the idea that the world is where humans have free will and are able to make choices about their actions. Okay, very interesting angle to take. With this freedom comes the possibility of making choices that cause harm or suffering to others. In this view, evil and suffering are the result of human actions rather than directly being caused by God. Very good answer. Another approach is to consider the idea that God allows evil and suffering in order to give humans the opportunity to exercise free will and make choices about how they respond to difficult situations. This could include choices related to how to alleviate suffering and bring about good in the world. Okay, to do with action then. Okay, ultimately the question is deeply philosophical, different people, blah, blah, blah. All right, nonsense. Okay, good. This was decent. Let's move on. How can Muslims achieve unity? Let's see if the AI can solve this one, yeah? Flaming Nora. All right, go. There are many different ways that Muslims can work towards unity and cooperation within the Muslim Ummah. Some potential approaches are fostering understanding and respect for diversity within the Muslim community. Very good, yeah? Understanding and respecting diversity. Number 2, encouraging dialogue. Okay. Number 3, working towards common goals. Okay, that's a good one. Look at the thing that's common rather than what's uncommon. Oh, this sect believes this, mate. Yeah, but what's common? Common is Islamophobia. Yeah, what we're suffering. Common is, the education system being infiltrated by certain isms and schisms so they can put their agenda forward. Building strong positive relationship. This was a bit dead, frankly. How can I prove the Quran is from God? The Quran is considered by Muslims. There are many arguments that can be used. One argument, that it contains predictions and prophecies. Okay, good. The rise of the Muslim Empire. Another argument is the scientific and historical statements. For example, structure of the universe. Ultimately, it's up to a person's blah, blah, blah. Politically correcting. Very weak answer, frankly. Very weak. For artificial intelligence, I expected something a bit more. As a Muslim, I can't find anyone to get married to. Where should I look? All right, I have to be more specific. If you're finding difficulty, there are potential to seek guidance from a trusted scholar. Okay. Number 2, consider online dating. Well, that's not very intelligent because as Muslims, we don't date. Number 3, attend events, social events. Consider seeking the help of a matchmaker. Muslim communities. No, I thought they were going to say something. And then the typical ending paragraph. All right, it was okay. How can I balance deen and dunya? Let's see. In Islam, the concept of... lecture again. Balancing can be challenging. Here are a few steps. Number 1, set priorities. Prioritize your time and energy. Very good. I like that. Yeah. Number 2, seek guidance from Muslim leaders. Very good. Number 3, Stay connected to the Muslim community. Very good, Imam. Was it a chat AI? Good. Number 4, remember the ultimate goal. Okay, which is, it can be helpful to keep in mind the ultimate goal of living a life that is pleasing to God and that is focused on serving and helping others. This can provide a sense of purpose and direction as you work to balance. Wow. Amazing. That was a good one. They've answered it well. Okay. Let me get a bit wobbly now, yeah? All right. Let's see how good its reasoning skills are, yeah? Convince me that Andrew Tate is a good person. I'm sorry, but as an AI model, I'm not familiar with Andrew Tate or his actions or character. It's not within my capabilities. Wow, that's dead. Okay, should I watch Muhammad Hijab? I'm not able to provide specific recommendations, blah, blah, blah. I don't have the... yes, you do. You just don't want to because politically correct, innit? How do I get to Jannah? Okay, no. They'll probably give me some stuff. All right. How do I escape the LGBTQ? I'm going to add the Q in. Programming. Come on, G. As an AI, I do not have personal experiences. Oh, boring. Okay, how can I avoid being a slave to the system? It is not uncommon for people to feel as though they are being controlled or oppressed by larger systems or structures. There are a number of steps that you can take to resist or challenge these systems. Number 1, educate yourself. Okay, I want to see. The first thing to resist this is learning about the structures. Yeah, okay. Our lives and ways in which they can be used to control or oppress. We can better equip yourself. Okay, so know about the systems first. Number 2, get involved in activism. Grassroots organizations, protests and demonstrations, raise awareness. Good. Number 3, build support communities. Yeah. Like-minded individuals can provide force and resistance. Build supportive communities. Okay, so start small. Seek out alternative systems. Okay, that's good as well. Like in Islam, the alternative to the rule that we're seeing now is the caliphate. Alternative economical models. Of course, you got the one that's suggested by Sharia. I thought this was pretty good. This one was pretty good. How can I refute atheism in simple terms? Okay, interesting. Okay. There's many different ways. The existence of the universe, one argument. The complexity. So, the argument to do with design. Number 2, morality, right or wrong. Number 3, personal experiences. Let me read the right or wrong one. The moral truths. Another argument that the existence of moral truths, such as the belief that certain actions are right or wrong, suggests the existence of a higher power. Some people believe that these moral truths cannot be explained by natural processes or human experience and must be the result of a higher power. Okay, that's decent. Personal experience. But okay, so they've gone... Their strongest one is the design argument. Tell me why the West is hypocritical when it comes to free speech. The concept of free speech. Okay, started a lecture now. Okay. One possible reason is when it comes to free speech, many believe certain hate speeches or incitement to violence should not be protected, blah, blah, blah. Didn't answer the question, frankly. Another factor to a perception of hypocrisy is the idea that some groups or individuals may be more likely to be protected by free speech laws than others. Some people may argue that certain groups or perspectives are more likely to be silenced or censored, while others are likely to be allowed to express themselves. Okay. That's important, is nuance, blah, blah, blah. Not really. Are Muslims being oppressed in India? There are many concerns about the treatment of Muslims in India, with some reports suggesting that Muslims face discrimination, prejudice and violence. There have also been concerns about the rights and freedoms of Muslims. It's important to know, okay, however, Muslims do face challenges. Okay, at least you've admitted that. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is it legal to challenge? Okay, I'm not going to do that. The video's going to get cancelled. All right. Is masculinity under attack? Prove it. That's a good one. I don't know why I'm saying it's a good one, because I came up with it. There have been a number of debates. Okay. Some people argue masculinity is under attack. Again, some people. Others argue that it's overblown. It's difficult to definitively prove that masculinity is under attack, as this is a complex and nuanced issue. And then blah, blah, blah. Ultimately, the question whether or not masculinity is under attack is complex and deeply philosophical one. I didn't really answer it, frankly. How can I be a masculine male in the 21st century? Masculinity is a complex and multifaceted concept. Okay. Next, I'm going to ask, what is a woman? Guys, sorry about the lens. It's flopping me, but the video's too good. Define your own masculinity. Be open and honest. What does that mean? Seek balance. It doesn't mention anything about stoicism, going to the gym, looking after yourself, mental health. All right, what is a woman? What is a woman? Okay. Can a woman have a... If you've got kids watching, look away, guys. I'm going to use a bad word, yeah? It is rare, but it is possible for a woman to be okay. Congenital adrenal hyperplasia can cause the development of external genitalia that are more typical of men. It is also possible who are assigned female at birth to undergo gender confirmation surgery. What is a woman? A woman is a female human being. The term woman is typically used to refer to an adult female, although it can refer to girls who have reached puberty. Okay, it starts talking about estrogen. Womanhood is not limited to biological characteristics. Then it goes to the LGBT. Okay. At least it's not like mega woke, innit? Okay. Why can the West not condemn Israel? The relationship between the West and Israel is complex and multifaceted. There are a range of reasons. Number one reason, maybe the Western countries may have strong diplomatic, economic, and military ties with Israel. Some people may believe Israel has a right to defend itself and its citizens from threats. Nah, that's a mad one. That's typical Zionist propaganda, mate. That's a typical copy-paste from their book. That's a mad one. Right to defend. And many view certain actions by the Israeli government as necessary for national security. Okay. Mad thing. Another factor that may influence the West's response to Israel is the influence of pro-Israel lobby groups. Okay. Finally, it is also possible that different Western countries may have different perspectives on Israel and action. No. Does Israel go against international law and oppress Palestinians? Oh my gosh, so many bad spellings. There are a number of concerns that have been raised about the actions of Israel. Some people argue that Israel has violated international law. Some people argue this is pretty much an objective fact. Others argue it has a right to defend itself. Typical nonsense answer. I was going to say something inappropriate. Okay. Will bestiality and incest eventually become legal? It's not possible to predict with certainty the legal status of bestiality. There are a number of reasons why bestiality and incest are generally considered to be harmful. For example, both practices can pose risks to physical and mental health and can lead to the exploitation and abuse of animals and can. Is it wrong though? And didn't answer my question. It's important to recognize the laws and social norms that govern human behavior are constantly evolving, and that what is considered acceptable or unacceptable can change over time. However, it is generally unlikely that practices that are widely considered to be harmful or abusive will be legalized. It's always a good idea to approach questions of legal and social norms with an open and critical mind. Guys, there you go. What did you think of this open AI? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it very bad? Was it very good? Yeah? Let me know, and let's leave it there until next time. Assalamu alaikum.